I'm 52 years old, and I just pulled up my credit card statement again. I've made the minimum payment every single month for 3 years. On time, never missed one. So why is the balance basically the same number I started with?
Relax, would you? You've got $9,600 on that card, same as every other guy your age. You're normal, you're fine, this is just what adulthood costs. Pay the little minimum, take a couple $100, dump it in stocks, and ride that 10% the market loves to brag about. 2 birds, 1 stone, you're basically an investor now.
Before you do that, read the little box on the statement. That word minimum keeps you paying for 22 years. Almost $18,000 in interest on a $9,600 balance. That's nearly triple what you actually borrowed.
Wait, hold on. Triple?
Triple. You borrowed $9,600, and the bank's plan is for you to hand back over $27,000 before it's done.
That can't be legal.
It's not just legal, it's printed right there on your statement in the box you've been ignoring for 3 years.
But the market, though? 10% a year maybe, possibly, if you squint.
That card is charging you 24%, and there's no maybe about it. Chasing a maybe 10 while you're bleeding a guaranteed 24 is like sprinting up a down escalator. You're moving your legs like crazy, but you're not investing. You're losing.
And the worst part is, I always told myself I'd deal with it later. That I'd get a raise or a bonus or some good month and just wipe it out.
And you will. Next year, definitely, this is a future you problem. Present, you should relax.
He said next year for 3 years running, and the balance hasn't budged. When you're 40 or 50, the dangerous part isn't the debt, it's the time. You don't have 40 years to let a mistake quietly compound against you anymore.
Okay, that one actually stung a little. So what do I actually do about it?
Freeze the spending, kill the debt first, and I mean 3 clean moves. No rice and beans for dinner, no selling the dog, none of that. Stay with me because this is faster than anyone ever told you.
All right, let me actually look at this little box for once. It really does say if you make only the minimum payment, and there's a number next to it that makes my stomach drop. 22 years, it says right there in black and white.
Hey, don't read the scary box. Read the fun part, the rewards points. Look at all those points. You're practically earning a free flight just by carrying this thing.
A free flight that costs you $18,000 in interest is the most expensive vacation of your entire life.
Okay, but here's what's eating at me. Why is the balance barely moving when I'm paying every single month?
Because at 24%, the interest alone on $9,600 is about $192 a month. Your minimum payment is barely more than that. So almost none of your money is touching what you actually owe.
Wait, so most of my payment is just rent on the money?
That's the perfect word for it, rent. Every month, the bank charges you about $192 just to keep owing them. That's 2 nice dinners out every month lighting on fire and you never see the food.
Okay, but $192, that's not real money. That's a rounding error.
It's about $2,300 a year every year going nowhere. That's a vacation you're paying for and never taking.
When you say it like that, it's kind of infuriating.
Exactly, and here's the trap underneath the trap. As the balance drops a little, the minimum payment drops too. The finish line keeps backing away from you, which is exactly why 3 years felt like standing still.
And hear me out, the balance doesn't matter because you are going to outinvest it. $200 a month into the market, 10% a year, compounding for decades. That's the rich guy move. That's what the smart money does.
I mean, that does kind of sound like what rich people say.
Here's what rich people actually do, though. They don't pay 24% to anybody, ever, because they know exactly what it costs. The rich guy move isn't gambling $200 a month while your card bleeds you. It's refusing to feed the most expensive debt you own.
Okay, low blow, calling me the expensive one.
Let's actually put your 2 roads side by side, because the math is the whole story here. On the right, we'll put Bad Money's plan, and on the left, we'll put mine. On the right, you invest $200 a month and you maybe earn 10% before inflation, so really 6 or 7. On the left, you kill a debt that is charging you a guaranteed 24% every single year, no maybe attached.
Yeah, but guaranteed is boring. Nobody stands at the barbecue bragging that they paid off a Visa.
Nobody brags about the down escalator either, but you're still standing on it. Every dollar you invest at maybe 10 while that card eats 24 is a dollar quietly moving backward.
So chasing the 10% while I owe 24? I'm actually down about 14 points a year?
Now you're seeing it. Paying off that card is your best investment. It's a guaranteed tax-free 24% return, and no stock on earth can promise you that.
Hang on, when you say tax-free, what do you actually mean?
If you earn 24% in the market, you'd owe taxes on those gains. But when you wipe out 24% of interest, there's no tax, you just keep all of it. To match it in a regular account, you'd have to find a stock that returns something like 30% a year, reliably, forever. That investment doesn't exist, and if anyone offers it to you, run.
Okay, but investing feels productive and paying off debt feels like punishment. One of them you tell people about, the other one you do in shame at the kitchen table.
It only feels like punishment because nobody ever showed you the fast version.
Fine, but I'm telling you both right now, I am not doing beans and rice for the next decade.
You don't have to, because we're not cutting your life. We're changing 3 buttons, that's it. Move 1. Freeze the new spending on that card so you stop digging while you're trying to climb out.
Freeze the card? But what if there's a sale? What if there's a really good sale?
There is always a sale, my friend. That's not a coincidence. That's the entire business model. And freezing it doesn't mean cutting it up. Take the card out of your wallet, delete it from your phone, pull it off the shopping sites that have it saved. Make spending on it just annoying enough that you have to think first.
You know what? Freezing it actually feels kind of good, honestly. Like taking the keys away from the part of me that gets bored at 10 p.m.
Move 2. Stop paying that shrinking minimum and lock in a fixed payment instead. Watch what one frozen number does to your whole timeline. At the minimum, $9,600 takes about 22 years and almost $18,000 in interest. Freeze it at $300 a month, and you're done in about 4 years with under $6,000 in interest. Push it to $400 a month, and you're free in under 3 years, and you save somewhere between $12,000 and $14,000.
12 to 14,000? Just from not letting the payment shrink.
Just from freezing one number. Same money you're roughly paying right now, no beans required.
So the difference between 22 years and 3 years isn't more money. It's just refusing to let the payment shrink.
That's the whole secret, and it's why the banks never explain it to you. The shrinking minimum isn't a kindness, it's the leash that keeps you on the hook for 2 decades.
Wow, okay, you make it sound like a villain origin story.
It kind of is, you're just usually the one who pays for the sequel.
Boring numbers, big yawn, who even cares?
The guy who keeps 12 grand cares quite a lot, actually.
Okay, fine, that's a little satisfying, I'll admit nothing.
All right, what's move 3?
Move 3, kill the interest itself with a 0% balance transfer card. The best ones right now give you about 21 months at 0 interest on whatever you move over.
0% for almost 2 years? Okay, what's the catch? Because there is always a catch.
Finally, my moment. Yeah, green guy, what's the catch?
Fair question, here's the catch. There's a transfer fee, usually 3 to 5%, so on $9,600 that's roughly $300 to $500 up front. But you would otherwise pay over $3,000 in interest in those same 21 months, so that fee is a bargain.
And if you don't pay it off in time, the rate snaps right back up to the low 20s. Gotcha, see, even his plan has a trapdoor.
He's actually right, and that's the discipline part. You clear it before the promo ends, or the trap resets and you're right back where you started.
So I transfer to 0, then aim that fixed payment at it like a laser.
Exactly, the 0% buys you a window and the fixed payment drives it home.
And during that window, every dollar I pay actually lands on the balance.
For the first time in 3 years, yes, the whole payment hits the debt, not the interest. Take what you'd owe in 21 months, divide by the months, and just pay that automatically. Do that, and you walk out the far end of the promo at 0, not back on the hook. And if your credit isn't quite there for a transfer, skip it and just attack the highest rate debt first with every spare dollar.
Wait, before you do any of this, I've got one truly great idea. Skip your 401n for a year and throw absolutely everything at the card.
No, that's the one place you'd be dead wrong, and it would genuinely cost him money. If your job matches your 401na contributions, that match is free money. It's an instant 50 to 100% return the second you put the dollar in. So grab the full employer match first, then attack the card, then ramp up your investing.
Wait, walk me through that, because it sounds like it contradicts everything you just said.
Think about it in returns. $1 in the match might instantly become $2. That's 100% return on day one. Even paying off the 24% card can't beat free money that literally doubles. But the match is usually small, just a few percent of your pay, so you grab it and stop there. Everything above the match goes straight at the card, because nothing else gets close to beating 24%.
So you're telling me there's exactly one thing better than my card, and it's the boring retirement account.
For once, yes, and only up to the match, then we're right back to murdering your interest.
So it's not never invest. It's grab the free match, then murder the 24%, then invest big.
That is the whole game in one sentence.
I liked it better when he was just paying me rent forever.
I know you did.
Okay, you know what? I'm doing it. I'm freezing the card tonight, I'm setting a fixed $400 a month, and I'm pricing out a balance transfer this week.
That's the move. And one more thing, automate that payment on payday. Let it leave your account before you can even think about spending it. No willpower required, no budget gymnastics, just one button working quietly while you sleep.
Under 3 years instead of 22. 12 grand back in my pocket, and I didn't change a single thing about how I eat.
And every dollar that used to bleed out at 24% is now yours to invest, for real this time.
Yeah, fine, I'll get him on the car loan next time.
We'll be ready.
You know what's strange? I feel lighter already, and I haven't paid off a dime yet.
That's because you stopped pretending you couldn't fix it. The number was never the problem, the not looking was the problem.
And here's the thing nobody tells you at this age. This wasn't about being smarter, it was just about being shown the box on the statement. 3 years of feeling stuck, and the fix took 1 evening and 3 buttons.
That's almost always how it goes. It's not that you weren't disciplined, it's that the slow version was the only one anyone ever handed you.
So here's where I've landed, and maybe you needed to hear it too. If you're 40 plus and that same balance for years feeling just hit a little too close to home, you are not behind. You've just never been shown the fast version, the one nobody put in front of you. Freeze the card, freeze the payment, kill the rate. That's it, that's the entire thing, no shame and no beans. So tell me in the comments which of the 3 moves you're doing first, because I genuinely want to know. Hit the like button if the down escalator finally made it click for you. And subscribe so Bad Money doesn't get to whisper this stuff to the next person without me there to argue.
Smart and dumb, money moves for 40 and over, one decision at a time.
This is education, not financial advice, but the math is the math.